Hello, and welcome back to Faith, Facts, Fun. In a previous video, the number 40 in Scripture, I talked about some of the more memorable times that 40 is mentioned in the Bible and how it is usually a trial or a personal struggle. Well, the last 40 mentioned in Scripture is Jesus' final 40 days spent on earth as the resurrected Jesus, the 40 days between Easter Sunday and Jesus' ascension into heaven. It is one of the most important church seasons, lasting from Easter to Pentecost, but also the most mysterious and least celebrated. Let's take a closer look. After Jesus dies on the cross on Good Friday, his body is laid in the tomb. End of the story, right? No, we know it's just the beginning, but Jesus' disciples and his followers don't know that yet. The first appearance of the resurrected Jesus is to Mary Magdalene on Easter Sunday morning. Mary went to the tomb to be near the Lord that she loved so much, but to her surprise, the stone is rolled away and Jesus is gone. Mary is crying, and this is where Jesus comes to her and says, "Woman, why are you weeping? Who are you looking for?" Mary thought the person she was talking to was the gardener. I always think this is amusing. Mary thinks Jesus is the gardener. Of course Jesus is not the gardener. He's Jesus. But Mary doesn't recognize him. She continues, "Sir, if you have taken him away, tell me where you have put him, and I will go and remove him." Jesus said one single word, "Mary." And then she knew him and said to him in Hebrew, "Rabboni," which means teacher. Well, Jesus sends her back to the apostles with the news to prepare them for his appearance later that day. Mary's eyes were finally opened. The next appearance Jesus makes is on the road to Emmaus. Jesus is only dead 2 days, and 2 of his devout followers are walking on the road from Jerusalem to Emmaus. It's about a 7-mile walk. Imagine losing someone important in your life and the sense of sadness that overcomes you. Well, this is how Cleopas and his companion must have felt after losing Jesus. But a mysterious traveler joins them on their walk. They are shocked to learn that this traveler doesn't know anything about what just took place in Jerusalem. But the traveler begins to tell them about how Jesus was foretold all the way back through the prophets in the Old Testament. He knew everything. Cleopas and his friend get to where they're going and invite the traveling companion to come in for a meal. The stranger accepts their kind invitation, and it is here, during the sharing of a meal, that they finally notice that the stranger is Jesus. How did they finally recognize Jesus? In the way that he broke the bread. Only Jesus broke the bread that way, and then he vanished right before their eyes. Cleopas and his friend's eyes were finally opened. The next appearance of the resurrected Jesus is to his disciples. Jesus appears to them, but Thomas is not there and does not believe that Jesus is alive. Afterwards, he said, "Unless I see the marks on his hands and put my hand in his side, I will not believe." But Jesus never disappoints. He appears to the disciples again and says, "Peace be with you." This time, Thomas is with them. He invites Thomas to come feel his wounds on his hands. Thomas says, "My Lord and my God." He finally believes, but Jesus says, "Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have come to believe." Thomas's eyes are opened. He sees and finally believes. Fun fact, Thomas's disbelief is famously acknowledged in a phrase we still use today, doubting Thomas. The disciples are then told to go up to Galilee and wait for Jesus. They did, and it is here that Jesus appears to them while they are fishing. I love this story. It's often called the breakfast on the beach. After the sun came up, Jesus was standing on the shore, but the disciples couldn't make out who it was. Jesus called out to them, "Have you caught any fish?" "No," the disciples call back. Jesus tells them to cast your nets on the right side of the boat, and you'll find some there. Well, did they do it? Yes, they did. Did they catch any fish? They caught so many fish that they couldn't even pull the net into the boat. Then the disciple that Jesus loved said to Peter, "It is the Lord." When Peter heard that, he jumped into the water and headed for shore. When they got there, they found Jesus cooking breakfast, fish over a charcoal fire with some bread. Jesus said, "Bring some of the fish you've caught. Come and have some breakfast." They didn't need to ask, "Who are you?" They knew it was the Lord. All of these stories show Jesus appearing to people who loved him deeply, but yet somehow they were all unable to recognize him. It is unclear why, but eventually all of them had their eyes opened. We don't always see Jesus either, but he's always there. All we have to do is open our eyes too. God bless. I'll see you next time.